What's up, YouTube? Zero here. Welcome to the place where gamers, witches, wizards, and superheroes unite. Today, I have an epic battle against Lord Vholran in Tales of Arise. Now, in this video, I'm going to show the Lord Vholran boss battle. Minor spoiler alert, halfway through the battle, he does change forms to Sovereign Vholran. So you have to face him twice, which I will talk about as this video progresses. One thing to note about the video is I do cut out, see, little fingers as in cutting, cut out, get it? Cut out the cutscenes. So if you want a spoiler-free video that does avoid cutscenes, you've come to the right place. Of course, I'm showing the battle, so you will see the actual gameplay, but I took out the cutscenes just in case if you did want to face Lord Vholran, yet not have any spoilers during this, so you could see the actual cutscenes during your playthrough. You can do that, and you can get some help before your battle, so you can go in as prepared as possible against Lord Vholran, because he is very powerful. Now, before I get into the tips and tricks, because this video is going to have some easy tips and tricks to help you defeat Lord Vholran, I do want to say that if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. For more Tales of Arise content, I do a bunch of other video game videos and mystery box unboxing videos, so feel free to check those out as well if you're interested. Thank you so much in advance for doing so. It does really help out me and my channel. But without further ado, let's get into talking about Lord Vholran. As you can see, the battle is very long. And if I included the cutscenes, it's even longer. So, for this video, grab some popcorn and let's get ready to defeat Lord Vholran. First thing to note about Lord Vholran, you probably know this from your first encounter. He is a quick opponent. He loves to run. He does not stand around very often. What he will do is he will chase the character you are controlling. So while he's doing that, run. Just run. If you've seen my Lord Vholran boss battle video, it's going to be roughly the same strategy as with Vholran. Vholran would chase you through the map. Vholran does the same, so you want to employ that same strategy regardless of the character you are controlling. For my eagle-eyed viewers, yes, I am controlling Vholran in this battle. I've actually been loving Vholran. He has a lot of ranged attacks, which helps out a lot in some of these boss battles, especially against Vholran. Vholran loves to chase your character, so while he's doing that, I recommend just running away. When you do stagger him, and I'm going to talk about how you can stagger him in a second, you can utilize those ranged attacks, so you can stay away from him, so when he does start charging, you're going to be far away from him. Or you can go in and start dealing that combo damage. We just saw me get off a nice combo strike with my team. But I like using Vholran because I have Negative Gate and Stalagmite, two long-ranged moves that allow me to deal damage to Vholran from a longer distance. If you are playing as Alphen, if you didn't watch my Lord Vholran boss battle video, I recommended using Demon Fang because Demon Fang is a long-range move for Alphen. It's going to be the same against Vholran. If you want to utilize Alphen, I'll recommend utilizing Demon Fang, staying away from Vholran when you can. If you want to utilize Vholran, like I'm doing, use your ranged arts often, but when he does get staggered, you can go in with one of those high hit moves so you can build up the combo with your team. You can see when Vholran gets staggered and I'm using Vholran, I'm utilizing Crescent Flash because it spins your rod around and gets a lot of hits in a short amount of time. so you can build up that combo and hopefully get a combo strike off. Now, as Vholran is chasing you, or chasing anyone in general, but he's probably going to be chasing you, you can utilize Dohalim and Alfin to break his chase and stagger him. So make sure you're utilizing Alfin and Dohalim's boost strikes in order to stagger Vholran and stop him from chasing you. This will give you the opportunity to get some nice hits in, whether it's Crescent Flash with Dohalim or a longer range move, Demon Fang from Alfin, or any type of move while he's staggered. You don't have to be in close range. If you can utilize those longer range moves, it will give you a second when he bounces out of that stagger so he doesn't hit you. Now, after he's been running for a while, he will stop to smell the roses. Of course, he gets tired just like everyone. So after he is tired, you can utilize a longer range move, or you can go in for a closer range move. Again, the longer range moves are a little bit easier, but you don't have to do it if you're good at dodging or you're good at recognizing when he's about to get out of his stagger / tired mood. That's when you can bounce. You can see that he does have casting arts. He has a waterfall. I'm going to call it a waterfall. It's really not a waterfall. Waterfalls go down, and this water's coming up from the ground. It's a reverse waterfall. It's a water up. Water up. That's what I'm calling it. It's a water up. So when he calls in his water up and utilizes his magic art, utilize Rinwell to break it. So I would save Rinwell for when you see that Vholran is casting. And that's pretty much it for Rinwell. I don't have her in this party. Again, I've mentioned this before. She is a very weak character. If you're controlling her, she's not bad. She's actually a really good character because you can make sure that she's not getting hit. But really, she's pretty weak. If you get hit once or twice, she's down. I don't know about other people. Maybe y'all have found the secret. But me, when I'm not controlling her, she's down for the count after 3 seconds of being in battle. So we are almost down to the first half of this Vholran. But as you can see, that strategy is going to work very well. Let's go over it briefly again. Utilize Alfin and Dohalim to stop Vholran from chasing you. They're going to stagger him as he's chasing you. Utilize their boost strikes. When Vholran is casting magic, utilize Rinwell to break him. Try to stay as far away from Vholran as possible because he's going to chase you. That's what he's going to do. So me as Dohalim, I just continually run and allow him to chase me around the arena, as my other 3 AI characters, Alfin, Kisara, and Xion, are all doing damage. Now I have Xion in my party as my healer as well. She is focused on healing the party. So that's the first part of the battle. Let's talk about this second part. It is a lot similar to the first part, but Vholran does have a couple of other tricks up his sleeve. He does try and chase you still. You can see there, he's chasing me. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to keep my distance, utilize my casting art, but he has a lot of longer range moves in this one. He calls in an ice type attack that will attack you. He calls in an ice type attack that pounces out from the ground. So you want to, again, make sure you're maintaining your distance, because the further the distance, when he calls in some of those attacks, you're going to be more easily able to evade them. You can see there that the ice formed around me, and you can get that perfect dodge off if you're good enough. I don't necessarily recommend utilizing Dohalim's counterattack. The reason why I say that is because it puts you up close with Vholran, and I don't want to get up close. I try to maintain my distance in this second part as much as possible. As Vholran is utilizing his magic or staying away from me, that's me trying to utilize some of my longer range moves. If he does, see, what happens when you get up close and personal. I'm telling you guys from experience, I tried to get up close and personal to get some hits off, and unfortunately, he called a ground pound, and I was down for the count. So staying away, staying as far away from possible. He also summons this dark energy that spews out from his feet, which will also do damage to you. So in this second round, it's more imperative that you try and utilize ranged moves. And that's where Dohalim is really going to be valuable, because he has a few very good ranged moves. If you are utilizing Alphen, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but utilize Demon Fang. You can see some of the arts that are coming in from Vholran that weren't in round 1. He has the ice attack that's going to surround you and spew these icicle spears at you. He has another ice attack that's going to shoot ice out from the ground. He has a dark art that's going to spew dark energy out from him. And he has that tornado that's coming in as well. If you get close to him, he'll do a ground pound that can do damage as well. But being ranged is going to help you out a little bit more, because you can get a little bit more time to dodge. If he gets off his art casting ability, he's going to spew out some dark arts as well. So those are a lot of the arts you're going to have to avoid. In the second round, you're going to have to avoid arts a little bit more so than the first round. But again, continuously move until you find an opening. And when you find that opening, whether it's by utilizing Dohalim and Alphen to stagger Vholran, maybe you want to do that. But outside of that, just continually move and try to do ranged moves as often as possible. If he's down, every once in a while, it might be okay to go in. Just recognize when he's about to come back up. It's safer just to do the ranged moves, to continually stay away from Vholran and try and utilize your arts from a distance. Whether it's Alphen with your Demon Fang, or it's Dohalim with your Negative Gate and your Stalagmite. Something else to note, I forgot to mention this earlier, is that Vholran does not have any weaknesses. However, he doesn't have any resistances either, so you can utilize any elemental attacks that you want. Dohalim's Negative Gate is a dark type attack, and his Stalagmite is an earth type attack. So they neither do extra damage, nor do they get resisted by Vholran either. So it really doesn't matter what type of attacks that you utilize. You can utilize wind, fire, dark, light, earth. Doesn't matter. He's not going to resist them. They're not going to be strong against him, but he's not going to resist them as well. In the second round, saw it again. He does a lot of casting, so make sure you're utilizing Rinwell for that, because it's going to just make it a lot easier. You don't want any enemy to get off their amazing cast type move, because then it means you have to dodge it. Not saying that you don't want to dodge stuff, because dodging stuff, it's fun, especially getting a perfect dodge. On Dohalim, getting perfect dodges is great because it charges up his stuff, and it also allows you to counterattack. But sometimes you may not want to counterattack when it comes to this battle. Now, after you get him halfway down, he's going to do it again. He's going to change up his strategy. You can see he called down what looked like a sword from the heavens, and it radiated ice throughout the arena. This move is hard to dodge. You can see I took a bunch of damage, and that's when I did decide to counterattack a little bit, because I knew he was in the middle of casting. I could get that counterattack off. But be aware of that move. Try and dodge those icicles. It was hard, but I just kept dodging. I know I got hit a couple of times, but at least it didn't take me down. If you're going into this battle, I would recommend bringing in some orange gels, because that's going to restore your CP, which will allow Xion to heal your team more often and revive your team more often. Don't get hit by icicles like me. Bring in some life bottles for if you do go down. It's a long battle. You don't want to do this multiple times. I don't know if it saves halfway through. This was actually my first run through. I decided to utilize all of the items in my arsenal because I didn't want to run through it again. So that's just something to note. This was my first run through. I can't say that on many bosses in this game because a lot of times I just want a cleaner run. I don't want to utilize 7 or 8 life bottles. I want to utilize 3, if that. But this one, I said, Vholran, powerful enemy. Let me just take him out. So when the arena turns white, get ready for an ice attack. You saw there, he shoots out a huge wall of ice. I got hit by it once earlier, took me out, needed to use a life bottle. That time I was able to recognize it and get out of dodge. Just be aware of that. But again, the easiest route is going to be just staying away from him. I sometimes go in to try and get the combo move going, but when the arena turns white, just keep dodging away and you should be able to avoid that ice type move that's coming up. We are finally getting down to the end of the video. Vholran, Sovereign Vholran, is at less than a quarter of his health. Let me know in the comments section if these tips and tricks helped you out. I hope you can defeat Lord Vholran a little bit easier now than maybe you were having some trouble. Maybe I helped out, or maybe you haven't taken him on yet. Hopefully these can help you take him on when you do decide to face him. Let me know in the comments section what character you have been maining. I've been maining Dohalim, you can see right here as I go down, because I just wanted to take a little bit of a nap during the middle of battle, just for shits and giggles. But I've been maining Dohalim recently. Earlier in the game, I was using Alphen, but as I started getting more comfortable with the different characters, I just love Dohalim. He has moves that are both close range and long range, which is what I absolutely love about Dohalim. You can play him with a lot of different strategies, whereas some of the characters are more long range, some of them are closer range. Dohalim can be either. So let me know in the comments section what character you have been utilizing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment anything Tales of Arise in the comments section. And if you did enjoy this video, again, remember to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it does really help out me. Thank you so much in advance for doing so. And let's finish this battle out. Let's take out Lord Vholran. He's almost down. We are down to the end of the battle, and this is where I'm starting to run out of items. But luckily, I did bring just enough items to make sure that my team was getting through this battle. Barely, but we're getting through. I have some elixirs. You can see there that he does call in some form of dark type attack. You gotta watch out for this move. Calls it in a couple of times. This is a devastating move. Try to get out of the way as best as possible, but it's very tough to dodge, as you saw there. So make sure you are having those elixirs or other type of healing items. And when the world turns white, get out of dodge, or that's gonna happen to you, where you're also gonna get frozen, and nobody wants to get frozen, but then you get out of it eventually. You eventually get out of it. Thank God Rinwell was there to stop Vholran from doing his thing, but he's done. We're at the end. We finally defeated Lord Vholran. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.